Our focus now is going to be reproduction in higher plants. Higher plants here, we are talking about seed or fruit producing plants, and they are flowering plants. There are a lot of questions that will be based on flowers, and that demands our understanding of flowers. So let's look at some of these questions and see how we are going to approach them. Question 1. The reproductive part of angiosperms is. Angiosperms are flowering plants. What part of the plant is reproductive part? We have A, stem, B, flower, C, roots, D, bud. Obviously, flower is what the flowering plants are using to produce seeds. So it's a reproductive part. Answer is B. Question 2. The best definition of a flower is A. It is a branch of a plant. B. It is a growing bud. C. It is a modified stem for vegetative propagation. And D. It is the gametophytic phase of flowering plants. Now, this question is demanding you to, if you're asked to define flower, how will you put it? A is a branch of a plant. That does not explicitly tell us what a flower is. And B is a growing bud. A flower cannot be a growing bud. A flower is a flower. And C, it is a modified stem for vegetative propagation. It's correct, it's a modified stem, but it's not a modified stem for vegetative propagation, but it is for sexual reproduction. D, it is the gametophytic phase of a flowering plant. That is the answer. But the point is, do we understand gametophytic phase? We describe flower as the gametophytic phase of a flowering plant. Now, the word gametophytic stage or phase, we are coming across this gametophyte and sporophyte in lower plants of like fern when we are looking at the life cycle. The main plant, fern, bears leaves, compound leaves. This is a fraud. Bearing leaflets. Now, these leaflets bear structures called sori. One of them, soros. These soros contain structures inside called sporangia, and these sporangia produce spores. Because these plants produce structures that produce spores, the plant becomes sporophyte. Now, when these spores are borne by wind or air and get deposited in a suitable substrate, it germinates and forms a prothallus like this. The prothallus grow green because it can photosynthesize, have rhizoids established on the ground. Then it's a growing structure for reproduction. Below we have antheridia, one of them antheridium. Each of these antheridia will produce flagellated sperms or antherizoids, which is a gamete. Then we have at the upper part of it, we have archegonia, singular archegonium. And each of these archegonia produces egg. Egg is a sex cell, it's a gamete. Because this structure is producing gametes, the structure is regarded as gametophyte. So when you look at a full plant, it is the flower that produces gametes. So if flower is producing gamete, it's a gametophyte. Question 3. The main reproductive organ of a flower is made up of A. Anther and filament, B. anther and style. C. Polygrains and anther. D. Receptacle, anther, and filament. For us to be able to answer number 3, which is requesting us to identify the parts of a flower, that is the male part, we must understand the full structure of a flower. Now, a flower is made up of 2 parts. The non-essential part, made up of the vegetative aspect of the flower stalk, the receptacle, the precalyx, and the calyx. The calyx is made up of sepals. Then the corolla, the bright colored floral part, which is made up of the petals. Now, the essential part are the reproductive part. It includes the ovary, which is connected by a star to the stigma exposed to the atmosphere. Now, the stigma, the star are connected to the ovule in the ovary, and the ovary itself form the female part, while the male part is made up of the stalk here that holds the anther. The filament and the anther form the male part of the flower. The male part of the flower is referred to as androecium, or the stamen, while the female part, this symbol stands for female. The female part here is stigma, the star, the ovary. The whole structure is referred to as gynoecium, or a pistil, and can also be called, a single word can be called carpel. So, the male part of the flower is the stamen, and it's made up of, now we can now answer it from our question. So the male reproductive organ of a flower is made up of A, anther, and filament. Answer is A. Because the D, the receptacle, is not part of the male flower. Question 4. Which of these parts form the female parts of a flower? A, anther, style, stigma. B, androecium, stigma, and style. C, stigma, style, and ovary. D, carpel, style, and ovary. Now, let's go back to the diagram again and identify the female part of a flower. The female part of a flower, as said earlier on, is made up of the ovary, which encloses the ovule. So the whole section here is the ovary, which is the female part. Then the star, the thread-like structure that connects the ovule to the stigma, is part of the female part. Then the stigma itself is part of the female part. The female part, that is the stigma, the star, and the ovary, is the gynoecium, which can also be referred to as pistil, as well as carpel. Let's now answer the question. A, is the female part of flower A, anther? Anther is out of it. Anther is the male part. So A is not the answer. B, androecium is the general name for the male part. So B is out of it. Then we'll have C, stigma, star, and ovary. That's correct. Let's look at D. Carpel, star, ovary is correct. But look at carpel. Carpel is collective noun. There is name for the whole female part. So it's not parts. So therefore, C is the answer. The stigma, the star, and the ovary make up what we call the female part of the flower. Number 5. A female part of a flower is referred to as the female part of a flower is referred to as a carpel, B. ovary, C. adresium, D. star. A carpel is a collective name, a noun for the whole female part. Star is a part of a female part. Ovary is a part of a female part. Adresium is collective noun for the parts of male part. Therefore, the answer for number 5 is A. The female part of the flower is generally referred to as carpel. Number 6. A syncampous flower has A. calyx free, B. corolla free, C. petals fused, and D. sepals fused. The question here, a flower is described as sympatalous. Sympatalous flower. Take note, we have two types of situation. A flower can be described as poly or gamopetalous or sympatalous. What is important is this word, petal, sepal. Petal is what forms the corolla. When you talk of polypetalous, the petals are free. But when you talk of sympatalous, the petals are fused. When they are referring to sepal, it is referring to the calyx. So sympepalous is when the sepals are fused. When it is polysepalous, or gamosepalous, the sepals are free. So let's now answer the question. Answer to number 6, which is a sympatalous flower has A. calyx free, B. corolla free, C. petals fused, D. sepals fused. From the explanation given, answer is C. petals fused. C. petalous. So option C answers the question.